Welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Breeze Lonnie Q Call with myself, Ken Philibald. No Duke this week. He's holding out for some demands at the Glass Festival this weekend.
Contract negotiations.
Yeah, they're ongoing. Stellar's Collectibles Shop in the Uniontown Mall store owner, Victor Mullick. What's going on, Victor?
Enjoying everything, getting ready for the Halloween season. Steelers season's in full swing. We're doing real well on the picks. Hope your fantasy football team's doing well. Go ahead.
Oh, my manners first. You know what? Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. Feel free to smack me the next time you see me. So, Mike Kelly Automotive isn't just about cars, it's about trust. With a wide range of vehicles and personalized service, we make your car buying experience easy and enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. Thank you, Mike Kelly.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, let's get back to what we got going on here. So, the showrunner Adam was blowing up my phone this morning. So, have Adam.
He's 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. I kind of tuned him out.
Yeah,
so.
You stopped listening after a minute. But to this point in the season, Pig came out really strong. It looked like possibly a Super Bowl contender. At this point, I'm cashing in my chips. My team stinks. Again, I'm going to probably have to bring in a third party, some kind of firm to advise me through the rest of this season. I have a bench that's zeros.
I thought you were 2-1.
I was doing really well, but
you're 2-1, right?
I got crushed this week.
2-1.
2-1. It's over.
You hit pay
I cashed out.
You hit pay dirt on waivers. You'll be fine.
There's nothing left.
You know what? I'm actually off to it's a fluke because I think I mentioned it. I was in the bag when I made my picks. Respectfully, of course, got reunited with old Jack and Jim that night. But I'm in between two money leagues. I'm 5-1. I should be 6-0. Tua, if he would have just got hurt maybe 5 minutes later, I would have won my other game, and I left all kinds of points on the bench. But otherwise,
that fantasy football just brings you back.
It's funny you say that.
Pulled you right back in.
Almost, and then friendly reminder: I'm at the Steelers Chargers games Sunday, and then. Oh, yeah, this is why I hate fantasy football. You lay down all this money for a ticket, and then you got to yeah, that's right. That'd be great if the Steelers defense holds this guy, but I could also use those points.
Not to give you credit for anything that you've said in the past, but I have to at this point because I thought of you last night as I'm sitting there losing both of my league games, and I have Travis Etienne on one team, and the guy I'm playing has James Cook, and I need points. But in the other league, that guy has James Cook, so you turn the television off.
Oh, absolutely.
At that point, there's no point in watching, which I lost all 3 games.
Oh, my.
So things went bad. That's why the Polish intelligence group is seeking outside help.
And you know what? Just want to put, you know what? I'm going to give you a free one because I had someone reaching out to me while I was on the Parkway on my way to the Steeler game. So he's like, hey, I got offered to trade Derrick Henry and Jackson for Kamara. I told the person, don't do that trade. Because you know what? There's only one football to be handed off at a time in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. You don't want the same quarterback and running back from the same team, and you just don't.
The double-double is a trap.
It is.
That's all it is. It's a trap that you get caught with. Yeah, I'll go with that.
So what else is going on? You know what? I had a wide range of football this weekend. Your Little Highlands there beat my Mount Pleasant Vikings 21-20 in overtime.
Avenge my defeat back in 1985.
It was in Mount Pleasant, too. It was a good game. Both teams played a good game. So, and then Saturday, how's the ice cream?
Ice cream's fantastic as always.
We are.
Penn State.
Yes, sir.
So you went against
Wi-Fi.
What happened with the Wi-Fi? I'll hold that part off for later.
No. You know what? Penn State, fix your Wi-Fi. We'll just leave it at that. You got 107,000 people coming to town just to go into one place. Put up one 5G tower. Anyway, go ahead.
I was going to say, you didn't think Penn State could beat Kent State.
Oh, yes. You know what? I was thinking. No, I said they'd beat them. I didn't think they'd beat them by.
You didn't think that'd go over.
And you know what? And for one of the reasons, if you were watching that game, they did put Bo Pribula in, midway through the third, I think it was?
If anyone can explain to me how to get the Big Ten Network, please stop by the store. We get 20% off. Because
We'll talk. Save your 20%. We'll talk.
Frustrating.
We'll get you there. No, we'll get you there. No,
Showrunner, shut up.
Yeah, right. No, but you know what? Friday I saw 3 games in a row. Penn State, that was a good game. Illinois this week, that ought to be a fun one. Then the Steelers on
We
Sunday.
were discussing this maybe it was yesterday. What Pirate game are you going to for the last 3?
The Wednesday one. Are you in?
I think so. 99%.
You know what? So you offered to do a. We'll analyze the Pirate season down there.
I think that's a great idea.
You just want to do it now? I'm just going to give you my handles. Fire Shelton. Okay, your turn.
Fire Shelton. Pretty much. I hate you.
Done. That's all I got.
We'll be right back.
I am Jake from State Farm. Hi, I'm Ashley from the Fayette Chamber, here today with another ribbon cut. You guessed it, State Farm Insurance, Cameron Millers.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Breeze Line, and Q Call in. There you go. Anything else? There you go.
That's the Pirates season in a nutshell,
Pittsburgh
right there.
Pirates 2024 season summed up with Skeens hopefully wins Rookie of the Year. We're going to jump into, before we open up some mail, let's jump into the always popular Wax Pack segment we like to do here. Oh, and before I forget, your buddy Donnie, there's a 1940 nickel I come across. And before you ask Donnie, I don't know, remember how I got it, where it was, whatever. It's been sitting on my kitchen table for about a month. There you go.
You and him have gone back and forth about this bloody nickel for the longest of times.
Yeah, there you go. Fredo, Donnie's good home. So we got.
You do that, I'm going to set it aside so it doesn't get lost.
So one of my personal. Yeah, right. There you go, Donnie. So one of my personal favorites is a young lad, Alf.
Oh, wow.
What was that, from the planet Melmac? Was that correct? All right. So
good for you on that.
1987. I figure this is kind of topical these days.
Because he ate cats?
Well. So here we go. We haven't chewed gum in a while. I'm feeling my stomach's it's out, so I got to take the bullet. Sorry, Caden, I'm keeping that. I might be keeping the sticker too.
Alf was an extremely popular show in the mid to late 80s. Right. There was a lot of sarcastic humor in it. It was kind of like a Married with Children Al Bundy type show.
You know what they did? They got adult humor in there.
By doing it through a puppet.
And also, but it was kid friendly.
Yeah.
No, they hit pay dirt on that.
I honestly think the young kid character just passed away this week, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, good, interesting timing on that. And because I've been having fun opening these on the show, let's see what we got this week.
It's the school packs.
Oh, Jim Everett. Don't call me Chris. Marshall Falk again.
Wow. Chris Everett.
Don't call me Chris. Chrissy. You remember that?
Yes.
All right. So we had some fun with Mail Day this week. You might want to just cover up now. Sent to me directly from Mean Dean.
Thanks, Mean.
You got a TJ Watt poster coming. We'll splice that in. We'll get that picture over to Rick. You want to talk about that for a second while I fight with this?
Yeah, those are the pictures that we showed from the pro shop during the training camp period, where there's a professional photographer for the Steelers who takes pictures and releases them on a limited edition.
Yeah,
I now will have 3 of those, and I'll probably buy more of them. I'm going to put them out as Christmas presents. They'll be framed and matted.
It's a nice picture of TJ Watt.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll have a Najee, Joey Porter, and now a TJ Watt coming for the Christmas. And those are pretty much one of a kind.
Well, those frame nice too.
And what Dean was saying is some of those sit in the Steeler offices.
Look at this. Hey, so we got some.
Is that Tom Ricketts?
It is.
Oh, dear Lord.
This is what you get sometimes.
Brian Blankenship.
And we got another magnetic schedule.
Was this a Facebook Marketplace thing?
Not yet. So check
that's
this
where the
out.
winners are. Oh, no. Holy wow.
Yep. That's from.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go ahead.
Justin Fields' visor
Well, don't let that price actually be seen because I might try to flip this.
from the Atlanta game.
Yep. So this is game worn from Justin Fields' first start as a Steeler. He's 3-0 so far. Yeah, you know what? The sky is the limit at the moment for this. So
When I watched the Atlanta game, I told you here
you
on
did.
the show, he's the perfect quarterback for the Steelers going forward, which brings up a big question that was on Yahoo this morning. Is it time to trade Russell Wilson? Try to get something of value for him?
where are you trading him?
Miami.
Tua will be back.
But for now, if you could get a 4th-round pick for Russell Wilson.
Well, no, for the record, I'm not opposed to trading Wilson. I'm looking at it from the lens of, like, who's trading for him. You know,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you could always, like,
what you have to do is look at this situation and say, are the Pittsburgh Steelers a true contender for a shot at the Super Bowl? Not a Super Bowl winning team, but in case Fields gets hurt, you have Wilson. If you're going for it this year, I say don't trade.
I don't like the idea of trading Wilson. I look, unless like Miami called up and said, hey, we'll give you a second round. Tua's going to be done for the year. We'll give you a second round pick for Wilson. I think you have to. But outside of that, I think you have to sit on him because like what you just let's say they start off 12-2 and Fields, something happens. I like Russell Wilson coming off the bench if that would be the case.
Because I think right now what you have is an all-time defense, and they are going to hold teams.
Yeah, they're playing better than I anticipated.
Yeah, this team is loaded for bear, and I think right now, as crazy as it sounds, that's why the Super Bowl trophy's sitting over there. It's something to keep in the back of your mind, Steeler fans. This is a team that can contend because a lot of the big shots in the AFC right now aren't looking very good.
Look, they got a 2-game lead in the division.
In the division already.
Yeah, that's right out the gate. Before I forget, one thing that's nice about these visors is you get a signature on these. They display real nice. But before I forgot that because I would have.
That is a fantastic piece of gear.
Yeah, that was when I saw that on there when that dropped.
Which that's one of the neatest things you can have as a collector of anything Steelers is anything game worn, game used.
Yeah.
The Steelers, the fact that they don't just throw this stuff away and they let the fans purchase this is just good job by the Steelers.
Except for guys like me that are starting to run out of room in the Ken Cave, so I might have to start making some cuts. Which come in here, it might be coming up for sale.
There's room for expansion.
Maybe, right? But so what do we got here? So we got some picks to make. So you know what? And we're going to start writing down the picks as we make them because my ADD is just horrible. I'm not good at remembering stuff.
Well, right now,
Important
I
stuff,
believe
at least.
I'm up on you by just taking a brief glance backwards.
I'll take your word on it.
But we're going to use the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe
We'll go
go
that.
through.
They're reputable.
And go through and get the official count. So this weekend, you want to do the first one?
Well, let's talk about you. So Pitt and West Virginia are on a bye. You should give some praise to the local.
Rodney Gallagher had a tremendous catch as a game winner against Kansas on Saturday. Congratulations, former Mustang Rodney Gallagher, on a hell of a play. He wish he would have went to Penn State now.
Look, I still stand by it. West Virginia, you could use him on the basketball court. If there's a way to make that work, and then you got him playing both sides of the ball, I don't know, let him run for governor too while you're at it.
That's a good point. But yeah, Pitt and West Virginia both sit on a bye this week. This is week 5 of college football. There are two main games that are happening this weekend. The big one is in Alabama with Georgia and Alabama. Georgia being ranked number 2, Alabama number 4.
Where's that game at?
It's in Alabama. So it's a 1.5 point spread. Georgia is giving Alabama 1.5, and the over-under's 48.5.
I'm going to say roll Tide and the under.
Watch the Pat McAfee thing he does to the Georgia and the Alabama fans. It's quite entertaining. But I'm taking Georgia minus the 1.5 and a game that's going to go under the 48.5. Now the big one for us personally.
And I wish I was there. I got Mount Pleasant Junior Football League duties that I have to.
So you're missing this game.
Yeah, my seat will be spoken for by someone that's not me. Mead Loud during Sweet Caroline. Go ahead.
Okay. So Penn State faces its first real challenge of the season after that practice against West Virginia and the 2 scrimmage games against Kent State and Bowling Green. Penn State's playing Illinois. They are 17.5 point favorite up at Happy Valley. The over-under is 47.5.
They're giving 17.5?
Yes.
Okay. Penn State wins. They don't cover 17.5. and I will take the under.
Penn State and Illinois has been one of those games that, as a grudge-holding sports fan, I've always had a problem with because Illinois plays Penn State tough all the time. Them, Iowa, well, we won't talk about the other two. But I'm taking Illinois with the points and the under in that game. Look for a close game that comes down to something.
The same.
Yeah, it's not looking good so far.
I mean, but no, I think Penn State wins. They just ain't covering 17.5. The Illinois is a good team. They got a good coach.
Fear Illinois every time they're on the schedule.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was at that 18 overtime game. I think I still have all those in my phone somewhere.
I remember watching that. It just wouldn't end.
Oh, I remember sitting through it. We almost reenacted that scene from All the Right Moves.
6'2" stack monster. That's all that matters from that movie. Moving on to the NFL.
Yeah, right.
First game we're going to look at is, and the division right now is the Steelers to have. Cleveland and the Raiders. Cleveland is a +1 at, I still call them Oakland, so I don't care, and it's 37.5.
So I'm taking Raiders in the over.
I got Raiders and under in that game. So I look for Cleveland's problems to continue this week. The next game is Cincinnati at Carolina -4.5, and the return of Red Romo.
Oh, he's playing
Andy
good.
Dalton.
Good for him. Make the most of
4.5
it.
with a 47.5.
You know what? He's a guy that should have never went to the bench. He's always been solid everywhere. Cincy, it's in Carolina.
It's in Carolina.
You know what? I'm going to take the hot hand. I'll go the Red.
Red Romo?
Yes, sir. Red Romo. He was the Red Rocket there for a while, right? But now
Well, Red Romo means he never won a playoff game like Tony Romo.
I don't see him winning one anytime soon, but he'll beat the Bengals, and I think
You've changed on the Bengals. You saw the light.
They need to wake up. I don't know what's going on there. Something. I mean, the pieces are there. Maybe they're missing Joe Mixon. I don't know.
It really looks like Mixon could help them.
Yeah, but he ain't. No, I'll take Carolina in the over.
I like Carolina and the under in that game. I did not expect you in any way, shape, or form to take Carolina in that game, but we're thinking alike here. So the next game is Buffalo out for the devastating win against Jacksonville last night. Is +2 with the Ravens.
I'll let you go first.
I'm taking the Ravens plus the 2.
I'm taking
the
Buffalo.
under again.
I'm taking Buffalo, and I'll take the over.
Okay. So the last game of our slate for this week is the Steelers at Indianapolis. The Steelers are given 2 to the Colts, and 40 is the over.
Unless Richardson breaks out, the Steelers should just roll over them. So that I'm confident in both I'll take the Steelers in the under.
Steelers in the under.
Yeah.
I think at this point right now, the Steelers defense will hold the Colts under 10 points in this game while the offense continues to grow. But I do not think this game goes over. Again, all 4 of these are unders, and I'm taking the Steelers. If any of you are seasoned betting veterans, this is a perfect game to tease up and take extra money on. The Steelers should.
1-800-GAMBLING.
Yeah, exactly. You should probably be able to get up to 10 on this and make real money.
So you're under?
Steelers and under. Okay. Probably 35-3.
Yeah,
something
I'm with
along
you there.
Those lines.
Yeah, I mean,
the way Richardson looks, I look for the Steelers defense, maybe not to score 1 but 2 touchdowns.
Taylor will steal a late touchdown. That's where I'm at with that. So, all right, man. Anything before we wrap this segment up?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let me check here. All right, we'll be back after this.
Discover the soul of Broadway Impossible Dreams at the State Theater in Uniontown with Teron Brooks as he reimagines Broadway classics like never before. Experience a night of love, loss, and hope. Get your tickets now at 724-439-1360 or www.statetheater.info. The soul of Broadway Impossible Dreams at the State Theater in Uniontown.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show, located in Pittsburgh Stellar Collectibles, my store at the Uniontown Mall. It's myself, Victor Molick, with Ken Philibom, and we're missing the Duke today. He's getting prepared for what could be coming up at the Glass Festival, getting primped and propped. The one thing that is coming up here, not in Mount Pleasant, is Spirit of Halloween, which I think we're going to do a little bit of something next show where we go inside of there. What Spirit of Halloween does that is Spirit of
Following show. So
the following show. Yeah, so what they do that is really unique week is they give to proceeds from the sales there go to Spirit of Children, and that's children that have terminal illnesses and diseases. So proceeds from that store, I think you should all shop there. This is something I recently learned. We'll get more into that the next show.
Yeah, anytime you can help out kids that are in those situations, it's
And once again, so. Mike Wood Toyota, go shop there.
Mike Wood.
Mike Kelly. I did it again. Oh, sorry, Mike. Continue on.
Were you allowed to leave that? Okay.
This is what happens when you outpunch your coverage.
Yeah, right. And also, friendly reminder, we will be at the Mount Pleasant Glass Festival September 29th this Sunday. We're filming around high noon. So bring a lawn chair, and I do believe the Steeler game will be on across the street. So turn your lawn chair after you're done watching us rant and whatever, and enjoy the Steeler game. Also, we're going to have Scott Blasey of the Clarks. He should be there around 2, I believe. So that'll be a good time, as well as Pendulum. They're a CCR tribute. And then we will have fireworks to close out the night. It's always a good time, so stop up for that. And what else we got going on here? Oh, before I forget, I just wanted to thank the Steelers. This past Sunday, Mount Pleasant junior football, we had some of our players down there in the field. They represented Mount Pleasant proudly as co-captains. We'll get a picture of that in here, and that was a good time, and those kids represented Mount Pleasant proudly. So what do we got going on over here?
Just received, it took a long time to get this back. I just want to share with you guys a PSA order that was given to me. I sent it out probably in April or March, and this is more of the vintage era stuff. The first one is a George Brett rookie card.
So is 6 months the...
It was a slow go on this one.
Fair enough.
George Brett rookie card, Nolan Ryan 1976, 1974 Nolan Ryan, and a 76 second-year Robin Yount, who was a Hall of Famer. The numbers that came back on these, I thought they would grade a little bit higher.
These are good grades.
The grade on the Ryan, the 76 received an 8. The Brett received a 7. The Ryan, a 7. And the Yount, also a 7. So when you guys find these collections of these older vintage cards, don't expect 8s, 9s, and 10s. Expect in the 6, 7, 8 realm. If you get the 8, that's a really good thing. Difference between a George Brett 7 and a George Brett 8 is about $500. And the Brett, to me, that's one of the better ones I've ever seen.
You know what? The little right there, sadly. Yeah, that's what got you there. If you look, otherwise, I think this is a 9. Without that ink mark right there, I think this is a 9.
Yeah,
maybe a 10. It really is. This is a nice card. But you know what? Something I want to, while we're talking about this, so we're talking 6 months. When you send this out for grade, you're talking 6 months worth of return, right?
Yeah.
So last week I brought that garbage pail card.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? It was sold for about a little over $1,000 on eBay. Now, if we would have sent that out to get graded, what's this? We're in September, so that's coming back around March.
Yeah.
Even if that thing came back at 10, it's probably only fetching $200 because it's out of sight, out of mind.
That was numbered to 5, correct?
Yes, but where I'm going with this is this one of one stuff that everyone's just it's hot one day and it's literally cold the next day. This stuff always bounces back, and it's all. This is the safe stuff to buy. Like, I would buy this stuff before I would buy that garbage pail card.
A lot of the 1-of-1s and the 1-of-5s and the numbered stuff is almost starting to mimic what happens with Pirates with bobbleheads.
It really is.
Am I wrong?
No, you're dead on.
You know, the Wiz Khalifa was selling for what?
I was getting $80 a piece, and now I could probably buy one for $20.
Yeah. That's how quickly it comes down. So that's why
I'm not selling them anymore.
In one way, you look at this, you have to hit it and get it when it's at its absolute peak. You can't hold on to things.
So you know what? We're
in that new realm.
We're just going to give out the obvious advice. You know, our generation was always told, "Oh, buy them and save them." It's the stock market. You buy low, you sell high. This stuff is low. It will bounce back, sell it high.
Yeah, I always use Microsoft and Apple stock versus fly-by-night companies. You can hit it big with a fly-by-night every once in a while, but This stuff is the safe bet.
Bryce Young a year ago, first overall pick, and now they're already talking about trading him. So if you bought one of those one-of-ones of his for $3,500, you're going to be lucky to get a tenth of that back.
I remember a friend of mine had a 2-to-5 RPA that he pulled out of a box, brought it in. Someone offered him $1,000 for it. He said no.
Oh.
That card's probably $30 right now.
And you know what? That's what happens with greed. It's led by stupidity.
Stupidity Kenny Pickett cards last year. There is a little bit of a small chance, if you keep watching Jalen Hurts play football, that Pickett plays this year, though. That would be your time to dump him immediately.
Yeah, especially since he's
Hurts is really not playing well. Saquon's saving the Eagles right now from a collapse.
Since you listen to these local guys, with the exception of like one or two, I can't because I see right through them. What are they still crying about Pickett, or are they on the Fields train? What are they?
I think right now it's a slow burn, a slow cook with Fields that everybody's coming around. Ben has changed. The fact that Roethlisberger's kind of starting to endorse Fields, you're going to hear the rest of them.
So the rest of them will walk the line now.
Yeah, they'll walk the line.
So they got their permission now to talk about.
That's kind of the way you look at it. But I'd like to just say every once in a while the sun shines. I got lucky and I saw the Fields thing right in the beginning.
No, yeah, you did call that. I was happy with either one, but you were really behind Fields, and I'll give credit where it's due.
He's the perfect quarterback for the offense you want to run, and even Najee looks better under Fields.
They're coming together. Anything to add before we wrap this up?
Take Illinois seriously, Penn State, this weekend.
Rise Wrestling is next.